All right, everybody, welcome back to Steve's Pose Down. We're going to have some fun today posing a G.I. Joe classified figure. This is Big Lob. Big Lob was part of the G.I. Joe movie. He was a character he was part of the New Recruits, the Rawhides. He never had an action figure, at least when we were kids. I think there might have been some 3 3/4 stuff that was done with the G.I. Joe Club, possibly, but this is the first time we've gotten an action figure of good old Big Lob. Interesting, funny character. I mean, funny in the regards of G.I. Joe likes to lean into this sports thing sometimes and have themes. We've had a football throwing character who threw football grenades and Captain Gridiron. We had a lot of Bazooka wears a jersey. I mean, we had the fridge. We had a lot of different little sports crossovers that were supposed to translate into soldiers with their sports, their athletic ability, I should say. So this is another one of those. Definitely a thing of the 80s. Definitely kind of weird. Definitely kind of fun. So, anyways, here he is. Standing in a pose that you might see on someone's shelf, which is a great pose if you're trying to pose a walker from Walking Dead. But if you're trying to pose an interesting, fun character, a fun pose so that he looks alive on your shelf, or at all cool, we're gonna go for something a little bit different. So today I'm gonna start out with let's just give him a good old soldier pose or a warrior pose, and you can see the first thing I did is turn his feet out, to get him looking like he can actually stand. I'm going to take his gun, which is a grenade launcher, they say, I think. I think his thing is throwing grenades very well with his athletic ability. So I like this figure. It's fun. He's taller than the rest of them, which he was in the cartoon, which I always, if they would have made him a 3 3/4 figure, I'm not sure how they would have done that, if they would have made him actually taller than the rest of the Joes, which if they don't, it really doesn't make a lot of sense, but because that's what the character was. But we didn't really get a lot of size variation with the G.I. Joes. Destro was taller. I think maybe like characters like Sergeant Slaughter was a little bit taller than the others, but I'm talking like just a little bit, not like, this guy's like, Undertaker here, 6'7" or something. So anyways, let's get him carrying his machine gun. Well, not his machine gun, his, like I said, grenade launcher. He's got another handle on the grenade launcher, always a cool thing. One thing I wish G.I. Joe did give us was hands that, hands that are shaped like this to grab a gun. Some other lines do that, but this is about the best we're going to get with this gun. Just to get that hand, it's not quite on there, but it actually is going to kind of work. So again, I've said it before, but I like to get a nice waist twist. A nice waist twist always, 9 times out of 10, will make your figure cooler. So again, I make his feet flat. Now these are kind of fighting me. See, he wants to rock back like that, which means he's just going to fall backwards. So I think that's because his foot doesn't go forward enough. It fights because it's fighting right here with the top of his sneaker, his G.I. Joe Real American sneakers that the government provided him, I think, for being a G.I. Joe. So he's being difficult to just have this stance. So I'm going to try to mitigate that by putting one foot forward, one foot, his back foot. He's got a good ankle rocker decent ankle rocker here. I'm telling you, ankle rocker is like one of the most important articulation points you can have in an action figure. But if I place one foot this way and then one foot straight, we might be able to get a good and I'm having trouble now. Well, we're gonna have to give him a wider stance and to get him to stand without a stand well, stand firm, and not be a problem on your shelf with shelf dives and everything else there. There. Typical, fun, getting down to business pose you can have on your shelf. It works. It's nothing crazy, but it's not real fun either. So that now, while this will work, and this is fine and a lot better than, you know, how we started, I like to lean into the silly of G.I. Joe sometimes, or actually with all my toys. So since this guy comes with a basketball and a hand attached to the basketball, I think we should probably have fun with it. So I'm gonna bring in a figure stand, which is this is an old Masters of the Universe Classics figure stand that you could get from good old Matty Collector back in the day. And we're gonna do a little bit of something a little silly. So in the heat of battle, if you were a very tall, athletic basketball player, you might just want to dunk on the enemy, you know, just as kind of a thing, you know, like, hey, look what I can do. I can dunk. And since we have a flight stand here that we can use, and this is from the 80s, I think we need, pretty cool because this hand allows us to have a hinge, right? And this guy is going to be able to fly, all right? He's got the sneakers, he's got the height, he's got the ball, and we're going to have fun. But now, since he's not going to just dunk on the enemy without his weapon, so we might as well put a weapon in his hand. You know, who doesn't play some basketball on the battlefield without his weapon? So we'll have one hand with the weapon. And let's arch his back. Okay. Which is weird because it does this little 14. It messes up his 14, but no big deal because we've got this little thing here to cover it. And he's reaching, because I mean, you're reaching when you're dunking on the enemy. You're reaching up there, you're looking, trying to twist his waist. His waist doesn't have a lot of side to side. If it had more side to side, I would angle the shoulders so that they were in a, you know, fashion of just looking like he's reaching for something that's, you know, maybe there's something on the battlefield that he has to get up to. I don't know. You don't know. The shoes are a problem, but not kind of on this figure. You know, they make it a little difficult, but not when he's dunking. Okay. So let's see if we can get this to grab in his crotchal area. Oh, that's perfect. That grabs his crotchal area quite nicely. And we can lean him forward again. Let's get this. He's reaching up there. There. Dunking on the enemy, right? Yo, Joe. Honestly, I think he's going to be on my shelf in the middle of a battle. in the middle of everybody, dunking on a basketball, or dunking his basketball. Well, if you want to get real silly, I just grabbed one of these off my shelf. I didn't plan on going this far, but you know, say this Cobra Soldier, Cobra Trooper, you know, he wants the ball. So I don't know, maybe we can do something. Oh, this is completely off the cuff. Let's try to get this figure stand up. And we'll try to put this right in here, and you can see that there is no way he is going to block this shot. I wish he had a hand where you could look like he was, you know, like a flat hand or a saluting hand. It would look like he was trying. But oh, let's see, we're a little bit out of the camera. I'm sorry about that. And now we can clearly tell that Big Lob could dunk way right over a Cobra Trooper. So there's fun with Big Lob. Just got the figure yesterday. I think it's a lot of fun. I want to complete my raw hides. I got to get my hands on a Chuckles. Do I buy the big expensive Chuckles that's on the internet, or do I wait for like a, you know, a second release? I don't know. But if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Just want to have a lot more fun, and liking and subscribing helps get people out there so that can see it, that want to see this. And if you could, you know, leave in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see me try to pose. If I can get my hands on the figure, I will try to put it in a fun pose. So, hope you enjoyed. Bye now.